All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to create our Shopify store. Now, our Shopify store is going to be the place that holds all of our, essentially our print-on-demand products that we're going to sell to the public. All right, it's going to be connected to a website domain, and I'm going to show you how to do all of this right here within it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is click the first link in the description that's going to say Shopify store or Shopify creation or just Shopify. And it's going to have a link, and it's going to allow you to access Shopify for $1 for a period of 3 months. So you're going to get access to the Shopify platform for 3 months. Now, a little FYI is that the Shopify platform actually normally costs $39.99 per month. So if we go over here to shopify.com, normally we can go over here to pricing, and then we could go ahead and scroll down, and you could see here that the basic costs $39 a month, okay? And that $39 a month is after your $1 payment, okay? But hopefully in a period of, a few months, you can go ahead and get things going and essentially, build a store that can make you money. And hopefully with this guide, you'll be able to do all of that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is write an email. So I'm going to write my email, create an account, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me go ahead and pause here. Okay, great. So I just entered my email, and now it's going to ask me a bunch of questions. I'm just going to go over here and hit skip. Okay, so it's going to ask me if I want to have an online store. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to skip it. It says, all these other questions, print on demand products. We'll hit next. And then now we give our store a name. All right, guys, so now your store should be created, and you can see here you have this little box on the right-hand corner that says that once you pay $1, you'll get access for 3 months. If you click that link in the description, like I said, to get access to Shopify, you will get your 3-month access to Shopify as a platform instead of what they're normally currently doing. So that extra month, that 3 total months, really does help out in the grand scheme, because when you're building your store, there's going to be a lot of things that you're not maybe predicting, and you're going to see, like I said, a lot of these things here in the store. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually have to select a plan. All right, so I'm going to go over here and select a plan, and right now I'm going to describe the differences of these plans for you. Now, once again, because you click the link, you get access to 3 months access. Now, I'm going to go ahead and explain the importance of each plan and what each plan does, okay? So here you have the basic, the Shopify, and the advanced. These 3 plans are pretty much the same. As a beginner, you're going to go with this one, okay? Now, however, don't be too quick to click just yet. Now, the reason why I'm going to be going with the basic over any of these is because this is just the beginning. As I grow my Shopify store, then I'm going to have to move up to Shopify plan and then advanced. And what these things do is that they decrease our fees over time. So every time you sell a product on Shopify specifically, you will have to pay a fee. And that fee is a 2% transaction fee. And you will also have to pay a 1.5% currency conversion fee if somebody pays from overseas, right? This aside from the all the different fees that you have to pay for your products, all that kind of stuff. So be aware of that. And it's also separate from the $39.99 you're going to be paying in the future, okay? Now, the reason why it says $29 here and not $39 is because you can pay $29 a month if you pay the yearly. So if you pay the yearly subscription, they're going to give you a discount by $10, all right? Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase the Nismo theme. So the Nismo theme is a phenomenal Shopify theme that I've partnered with for this video. I actually have to pay for the theme, but the way that I partnered was I was able to get you guys an awesome discount because I knew the creators. So the creators of this theme, awesome guys, they created this awesome theme, which you guys will see how to use it in just a minute here. It costs $227, but if you click order now, you can use code AUTOPILOT100 and you hit apply code and you'll get $100 off the theme if you want to use it. So that's the epic discount that you guys get with the theme. And I'm going to go ahead and purchase it real quick. I'm going to have to pause the screen, obviously. I'm going to purchase it real quick, and I'm going to log into my members area and show you kind of how this works, because now we're going to upgrade our store. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So pause. All right, guys. So what I did was I upgraded my store on Shopify, and I went ahead and purchased the Nismo theme. Now you could go to nismotheme.com. Once again, I am an affiliate. Just there's no affiliate link. It's just nismotheme.com. But when you go to order now, just use that code autopilot100 to get, like I said, $100 off. So go over here, autopilot100. Right, 100, and hit apply code. You're going to get $100 off. And once you purchase the theme, two things. You're going to get an email that says 1x Nismo theme access. And once you click access, you'll be able to access the theme area. So I'm going to hit download now, and I'm downloaded the theme. And what I also did here is we have our documentation. This doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's just a little FYI for you guys. I'm going to run the whole, system right now. Also, there's another email you'll get. I just don't want to show it, where you can access your membership, because this theme is a yearly price. So I think it's like $127, then you pay yearly. If you don't want to pay yearly, just literally cancel your subscription, so you can do that. But anyways, regardless, let's go over here to Shopify, and then I'm going to upload the theme. So if you look here, I have the theme file right here. So this is what you get. There's no need to unzip it or anything like that. I'll just drag it in my desktop so you guys can see here. Like, the way it looks is like this, okay? Let me go ahead and move this here. Let me subtract this, get this out of the way. I know I have a lot of stuff on my computer. Let me go ahead and do this. And you see here, this is the theme file, okay? When you download it, it's going to look like this. You don't need to open it up or anything like that. You just go over here and hit add theme, upload zip file, and drag it and drop it just like that, and hit upload. And it says upload this Nismo theme with your ID or an ID. I'm not sure if it's exactly what it is, but I know it has something to do with that. Not that it matters, because it's internal anyway. But regardless, once it finishes loading, that's when we'll be able to essentially publish the theme. So I'll wait for that to happen. All right, so something that I just did behind the scenes is I did increase the DPI, and I re-uploaded the image, so it is a little more, a little better. And I think that's what I'm going to just consistently do, and I think that's what you guys should do. I was going to, cut corners just for this YouTube video, because I feel like it's just a video, but at the end of the day, it is something that I should be doing, because it's going to produce a better result. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to go ahead and just let this video roll as long as it wants to, pretty much, until we get the job done. So I'm going to go over here to Luminar Neo and upscale these on a 4 basis. So that's what I'm going to do, multiplied by 4. And like I said, it's not something that is, the most quickest thing to do in the world, but it will produce better results. This is why if you're trying to create all your art in one day, it's just unrealistic. You're going to have to take your time with everything that you're doing here. So go over here to my catalog and upload my art, and then I'll just take this and upscale this again one more time because of what I just did. And yeah, so my computer, my machine is doing all the upscaling, and you could see here I'm doing a lot of upscales, a lot. And that's why it's kind of a benefit to have this machine here that helps me do this. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to go over here and I'm hit add to the store, and I'm going to see what kind of designs that I potentially have uploaded already. So let me get rid of this, go into design and hit choose file and see what kind of files I have. So I have a few. So like this one's a good one. Let's see here. Let's see. This is good. We'll add this. We might as well. All right, you guys saw a tutorial of me creating this exact design. I'll go ahead and hit proceed to mockups here. Basic, click on this, proceed, click Thor, epic poster, and we'll call this characters, or yeah, click characters, and we'll hit proceed. Of course, we'll set our 150 revenue and then hit enter. Let's go add to store again. Click this one. Go ahead and edit files once again and remove this. And what I'll do is I want to consistently look at the different tags that I was selecting. So I have here like this daunting wolf poster, and I have a tag called motivational. So for the next one, I'm going to go over here, make this smaller as well, proceed to mockups, choose mockup, select, let's go ahead and continue, and we will go here, add motivational, and we'll also add it to characters as well. So we'll have two different tags there, and keep on fighting motivational poster, just like that. And I'll go ahead and hit continue to pricing. I will also turn on my revenue at 150. Save this here. Free shipping, no, and hit submit to store. And there we go. So now we have more art added. I can always go back to my store, go to all my products. You could see here slowly it will start to be added. So we have this design, like I said, slowly things will be added. But regardless, we're going to go over here to what was just upscaled, which is this design, or rather here. I think, let me see here. Yeah, we got to upscale this one more time. So we'll hit upscale. It will do its thing. And we have a few now. So what I'm going to do is we downloaded this to other designs as well. Let me go here to some of these larger designs. And let's see what we could do. So this is already good to go. And like I said, if you want to create a superstore, you are going to have to create many, many images. Don't try to stress yourself and do it all at once. It's just not going to work, because it's just so much art that you're going to have to upload. And consistency is key, because that's going to create more results over time. So you can see here we got this done here as well. And yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Let's go ahead and continue. I can take something like this, by the way, and even if I don't have my original image that at one point I edited, I'll take the screenshot and I will edit the actual screenshot like this, kind of like that, and I will use this to help me create a mock-up for this image. So I'll hit enter and that will be done. Okay, so that image should be screenshotted. Yep. And now I'll go to place it and do the same thing. So I'll go ahead and hit replace here and select the original image, and then hit crop. And then once this is done processing, I'll go ahead and hit download. And now since one, okay, hit crop. And then I will hit download on this as well. So it'll be 3 images that I'm downloading simultaneously. You can see here, I'm doing all of this work now just to show you guys how this would work. But like I said, I do not recommend that you try to cram this all into one day's worth of work, because sometimes the results will take a little bit longer to achieve. So now I have my upscaled version here. I'll go ahead and export this as well. Go over here, because it's a lot, honestly, it's a lot to process in your brain. It's a lot of information, a lot of things that you have to handle all at once. We got those downloaded. Now we're going to head over to Printful and we're going to start taking action on them. So I'm going to hit edit, print files, and get rid of this. Then I'm going to select my actual design, choose the file, and the one that I just upscaled, which is this really large wolf image, is what I need to add right now. And I'm waiting for that to take care of its thing. As it's uploading, I believe it didn't upload yet. Let me go ahead and see. Let me just verify. Desktop, this is the one. So as it's uploading, I'm going to go over here into this. I'm going to upload the designs that I just added here. So I believe what I added was this keep on fighting design here. I have the image of the mockup, which should be somewhere here. I'm going to drag and drop it right there. There we go. And it's saved. Let's go back and let's go to Printful. And the image is now selected, the image that I want. I'm going to delete this original image and Daunting Wolf Poster. I'm not even going to call it that. Honestly, I'm just going to delete this. So let's go over here, more actions, or let's hit delete product, delete. And yes, I could edit it on Printful. I don't want to. I'm just going to delete it entirely. And you could see here the DPI is much better. Once again, my mistake of trying to cut corners and trying to do it for the YouTube video. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have to use this store for actual business purposes anyway. So I'm just going to print it, do it right the first time so I don't have to do it again. So let's go ahead and select here. And I'll call this a Hero's Journey poster, just like that. And we can add motivational to it. Continue to pricing. The pricing is already set. Submit to our store. That is going to be submitted in just a second. And while that's doing its thing, I'll go over here to the store one and hit preview. And I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Even though it might not be the best, I'm going to take a screenshot anyway. And I'm going to add this image to our place it here. And hit replace. And it's good to keep all these open because you're working simultaneously and getting this all done. And let's hit Thor. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this and this is a little boring, this section, because I'm doing image after image after image, at least you guys can work side by side with me, so we're working at the same time, so you don't feel like you're alone through this process. But, you know, it's just something you got to get done. You know, it's a lot of work, but just part of the game, all right? So let's go back here, and there we go. Our Hero's Journey poster, the official one, is uploaded, and I can take a look at how it looks, and it looks much more clear. I like that. Okay, so when it's printed for the customer on a good size, the customer is going to enjoy it. All right, we're going to go over here, and we're going to find the actual one that I created. So it's this one right here. So I'll just drag it and drop it. Okay, and it's good to save these images because we will be using them for Instagram. Okay, so it's a little FYI later. All right, so now we have that. Let's head back to the Thor image. I know this is a lot, guys. I know it's a little like, you know, sometimes it's hard to keep track on one thing at once, but it's something that has to get done. All right, so I'll go ahead and hit download and then paste it here. Okay, and there we go. So a lot of different images. We have to also see what other images we don't have our mockups for. So I will just go over here, and for each image, I'm going to drag the mockup as the second image. Okay, so here we don't even have the mockup, so I have to take a screenshot once again, just like this. And I'll make it a place it situation. All right, there we go. Upload. Did it upload? I don't think it did. Let's go ahead and take another screenshot. So take a screenshot just like that. Go to place it, or we'll do that in a second. We'll go with the other images as well. All right, so get rid of this. Majestic Moose poster. We got that. Let's actually go back to the Majestic Moose poster and drag and drop this here. Keep on fighting. Boom. Done. That's good. Kung Fu Tiger. I don't think we added one to these. So we'll go ahead and do that. Copy it like this. All right. And we added this one here already. Hero's Journey poster. Added it. So we have a couple more to go. And I will go ahead and hit replace here and add one screenshot at a time. And I'm just going to keep this the way it is. I know it's not perfect, but it's not bad. And I'll go over here, hit replace, select the image, have it replaced, hit crop, download this, and hit download on this one. And it should get going. So now we'll head over back to the Kung Fu Tiger poster and upload it here. And just simply drag and drop, just like that. All right. And we'll go back into the one that we are waiting for it to download. Let's go ahead and download that. And that is the Pyramids one. So here it is, Pyramids poster. And drag and drop simply here. Okay. So now at this point, we've created some images. We've created a look and feel for our store. I will have to create more images later, but this is, like I said, not the store style that I'm going to go with. All right, guys, so once the Nismo theme is fully uploaded, now what we're going to do is just hit publish here. Okay, so I'm going to hit publish. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to customize it. So this is the main difference, right? So now that I'm on the larger plan, I can actually do customizations. I can create all kinds of different stuff. With the other theme, with the other setup, I couldn't do that. There is no customization. So I have a little thing here where I'm just uploading my products. Like I said, I'm moving from the stores because the other store that I want to do, it's going to have to be, off camera, obviously, selling the same products. But these are my products here, okay? Now, I'm going to start working on this customization here live. So the first thing I need to do, and you guys might have to do this depending on what print-on-demand company you're going to go with, is you have to configure the stock. So I could just go over here, and I'm going to have to click product by product and have to edit the stock. We're going to create categories. We're going to have to do all these things. So let's just say I go over here to 10, and I'm going to have to add stock, like I said, for every product. If you're using a different print-on-demand company, you have a Sublimator, you have so many different kinds, you're going to have to do this manually, unfortunately, because Printful, to my knowledge, is the only print-on-demand company that does not mess with your stock, okay? And really what the stock should be is it should have a number in it, because if it's not on the product, it's going to have a pre-order. We don't want to say pre-order, we want to say add to cart. And I'll actually show you guys the difference right now. So if I go over here to the product page, okay, look what it says. It says add to cart, and that's because they're stocking this product. If I go over here to like something like this where it says zero stock, it's going to say sold out, or it's going to say pre-order. And if you're using something like Printful, then this doesn't matter, right? You have so many products that you could sell, and there's no, they're not going to go out of stock. So that's something you want to go ahead and use. So I'm going to head it here and edit this. Once again, if you're on Printful, you don't have to do this, but if you're on any other print-on-demand platform, you will have to do this for all your products. Make sure that they're actually sellable, because right now they're not sellable. If it says, out of stock, or if it says pre-order, and that's if you're tracking quantity. If you're not tracking quantity, then it's going to say pre-order. All right. But for most of you guys, probably don't have to worry about this. Like I said, unless you are selling products through anything other than Printful. All right. So let's just keep adding here. Just bear with me. Okay. All right, so now you can see everything's good to go. Now it's time to create categories, or collections rather. So I'm gonna have a few different collections. Let's just say I create like 3 or 4 collections. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna type in characters, okay? And these are gonna be my collections based on characters. And the product tag is gonna be equal to, or contain, let's go equal to, and we'll write characters, just like that, and hit save. And I already have a design that has that tag. So you could see here I have 2 characters that have that, right? And so I'll create collection, excuse me, and then I'll have here animals. And then I'll have here, I have the animal one. So I'll hit save. And then we're going to have designs in the animal section, right? I'll create another collection where I will call it, let's see here. We have nature, we have religion, we have motivational. Let's go with motivational. And I'll have motivational, just like that, and hit save. And so I have 3 collections now. This is pretty good, okay? So now that I have 3 collections, I'll go ahead and do a shop all collection. And the shop all collection is going to contain every single product. So what I wanted to have here is a minimum or greater than $1. So any product that costs more than $1, it's going to go ahead and show. And obviously I'm not going to sell any products that are under $1. So I have shop all. And then what I'm going to go over here and I'm going to delete this homepage one. So I'm going to go over here, delete collection, boom, delete. And so I have a bunch right now. Now, the reason why they have these little grayed out images is because there's no image here, but we don't really need that right now for the theme that we're using. So let's go ahead and start customizing things. So I'll go over here to customization, and I have my whole entire store here for me. Now, we're going to take one step at a time. This is going to be my slideshow. I have some banners here, or some collections rather. I have a collection that I can select here. So product carousel, this is a great area for me to change the collection and click shop all here. And so you can see here, now I have all my collections here, which is pretty awesome. And what I could also do is, there's a lot of things I could do, but we'll keep it at this for a second. Here I have my lookbook. So with my lookbook, I can use my mockups or certain kinds of mockups and display the product in a certain way and then tag them. So you'll see what I'm going to do here in just a minute, but we're going to go through it step by step. And then we have our Instagram here. So for our Instagram, this is easy. I'm just going to go in and add the images that I already have. So all these images that I have here, I'm going to start adding them. Right, and they're going to be uploaded here. And these are going to be my Instagram related photos. All right, so we'll wait for those to process and upload. And it will take like one step at a time. So I'll click on this one, I'll hit done, and it will post that actual image there. Okay, then I have this, select image, great, post that image there. Then I have this, select the image, post that image there, and so on and so forth, right? So you're going to see here, I'm doing this with different images. So like this, click, select, boom, done. All right. And there's going to be a few more. So I think I have like a few that I did not upload yet. So like, let's say these 2, and then I have one more, I believe, or 2 more. And like I said, this is how you want to run your business, where you're adding the different marketing aspects, the different images, all these kinds of things. And let's go into, adding as much as we can to these images. And we could also edit different settings here. So I could do, edit my ratio. So you can see how my images are a little more taller than they are wide. So I can go here with the 4:3, test how it looks, too small, 16:9, too small, 3:4, perfect. So the 3:4 works out perfect for what I'm looking for. I'll hit select image, and I'll pick an image I didn't select already. So something like this, okay? So not bad for my Instagram. So I'll hit save. And of course, these are Instagram images that you're going to want to save. And then here with the Instagram, you're going to go ahead and add your username. So let's say my username is Amazing Art on Instagram. And then I would say here, follow at Amazing Art, and I'll hit save. And this will be our Instagram, okay? Now that I have this Instagram, that's one section along with this that is for sale. And then here, that's completed on our website. And then here, product carousel, we'll go over here and rename this, and we'll call this shop all, or all posters, right? Shop all posters, just like this. And here's some of the most popular products people are in love with. We can leave that, right? So just like that. And now, and these are different settings, by the way. We have autoplay, like if we wanted for it to auto, like, sift through the photos, we could leave that on. We have infinity scroll. We have show bullets. which are the bullets on the bottom. I don't actually like that. I think it's cleaner without it. But like I said, it just depends on you. You can also set up a banner. So like, I'll just give you an example of how this would look. So I can explore for images here, and I could type in something like car. And now I'm not going to actually use this, but I'm just going to show you guys what I'm talking about here. So if I have the banner, and you could select how wide do you want your banner. So in reference to the like a banner, something like this, right? It's kind of like it could work. Like for example, if you're selecting from your library, if you want something like this, you hit done, and it will be related to what you're selling. But once again, it just different. You have to have the right setup for the style. So if you set something up like this, it could work. But it just depends on how you're going to set it up. That's all it comes down to. But I think it's okay. I don't think it's too bad. You know, it's like a slider here. Not too bad. And then here we have our collections here. So we're going to actually work on that. So here's our first collection. Let's go ahead and hit change. And we have characters, right? We have here collection number 2, which is going to be motivational. Okay. And then I believe we have another one, which I think animals. We can do animals, right? Those are 3 collections that work perfectly right there. And they actually look decently well, right? And then here we have a split banner, which we can work on later because that's little, it takes a little bit of, more brain power to work on right now. But let me go over here and go to place it and create real quick some wall art posters or something like that where I can showcase the design in a different way because we're going to need that for the lookbook, okay? So here we have like an image. This is an image. I can go ahead and hit canvas color. Let's go ahead and click black here. And I can take something like this and I'll hit download. And we're going to need different versions of this. So I'm going to type in poster. And let's see here what we got. All different kinds of posters. I'm typically looking for something a little more standout. Like this is okay, but this is not my style. Let's go here to version number 3. And like I said, we're creating the lookbook now. So let's see here. This is cool. I think we'll see how this looks. It's not every single one is going to be a perfect fit, but that's the whole point is trying these things out. We'll go ahead and hit replace image here, and we'll select one of the images that we have. So, okay, that's too big. Let's go ahead and hit replace again. Let's select something like this, and then we will hit crop here. Something like that. And actually, you know what? It has to relate. So let me select this one. This one's better. Something like that. Hit crop. Let's go ahead and hit download for this. And we need one more. So one more image. And let's type in poster once again. Let's go to like page 5 as a random example. And let's find something that we could actually use. Let's see here. So many different options, right? Let's number 6. No, let's say poster mockup. Okay, poster mockup. Home, select, search. Yeah, we'll go with this one. And we will wait for it to load. Just give it a second, and then we will replace the image with something like this. All right. And give it a second to process so I can see how it looks. And we'll go with the black once again. Black fill. And hit download. All right. And now we have a few images that we can download. We have this one. We have this one. And we have this one. And I believe we have a couple more. I think I already downloaded them, but we'll go ahead and use them in a minute. We'll go back to our store here. And then what I'm going to do is hit change collection, or excuse me, that was the collections. We're going to go to lookbook now, and we're going to go ahead and upload the images to the lookbooks. So this is the first image in the lookbook. Okay, I don't actually want it to be wide, so we're gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna have to do there. I think I might just have to re-upload the images to Canva and get them all resized. But we're gonna see how that's gonna work right now because I need to see the other sizing of the images. So let's see, just give it a second here. And that's not bad. They came out the same size. And then finally the last one, which I hope will come out all the same size as well. And okay, so it's not all the same size. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to inevitably go into Canva and I'll create some sizing for this. So let's go over here. And this is actually a large size, but I'll upload all 3 of these images just like that. And what I'm going to do is get rid of this, go here, try to enlarge these guys kind of like this, make them all fit. So that's one. This is image number 2. Okay, just like that. And these are all the same size, like I said now. And finally, image number 3. Okay, so we're going to go over here, hit download, download, 1, 2, and 3. Download these, and we could do SVG. Why not? Let's try if we can even upload SVGs to Shopify. I think we can, but we'll wait for that to load. And once that loads, we'll have a better quality image. We'll go here, hit change. We're going to select from the library. We're going to open this up. And we will take all this, drag it and drop it in. So yeah, it's loading. And each one, like I said, is going to help us, neutralize our lookbook, the way it looks at least. And it's loading still. Just bear with the moments here, okay? That will change the look and feel of this. Select from the library. Let's pick this one. And finally, change this one. Select from the library, and I believe this is going to work. All right, we'll hit save. And we're going to have to refresh this because this is a lot here. All right, so I selected these 2 twice, so I'll just go over here and make the edit, or change rather. Select from the library and pick this one. And now here we have 3 images. They're exactly the same size. Let me go ahead and hit save here. 3 images, they're the same size. And it looks just better overall. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add the lookbook clickable features. So the first one is this image. I'm going to go here and hit change product, and I'm going to select the right product. So this is the right product. And if you look here, there's like this little button. And when you click on it, it will result in like a little product that comes up. Now, we're not going to be able to do that right now. We're going to have to be in the preview mode. We're going to do this for each one. So here, change product, find the product that correlates. So this one's the pyramids. It's the second one. And then here we have the third one, and this is the Kung Fu Tiger. So Kung Fu Tiger poster, boom, selected. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these little selectors where they fit right. So I'm going to go over here, and here it says offset top. So if I decrease this, it's higher. If I increase it, it's lower. Does that make sense? So I'm going to change this kind of like right there, or kind of at like 26%. And then I can move this to the left or move it to the right. I'm going to move it to the right. So I want it like right about here. Okay. Actually, I want it a little more in the corner. So there we go. Maybe even 1 point over. There we go. That's perfect. Okay. And I'll hit save. Now I'm going to have to, this one, I'm going to move this to the corner as well. So offset top, let's go bottom wise. All right. And then we'll move this to the right just a few points over. Just like that. Okay? So just like this. And then finally the last one, which we will keep something like something like right here would be, I think right there would be good. So I'm going to offset top a little bit, slightly. And then move it to the right. just a little bit, right in that middle. Okay, and then move it down just a little bit. All right, there we go. So now I have my 3 selectors. So if I hit save here and I work on my clickable lookbook, let me go ahead and change the title of this, and I'll say shop the look, which is better. And I'll hit save. And then what I'll do is I'll just preview my changes. So I'll go over here and hit view. And there we go. It should be somewhere here. Shop the look. Just give it a second. I added SVGs, so they do take longer to load, but the graphics are better. But you could see here, boom, product, boom, product, boom, product. And I can click on it, and guess what? It will take me to the page. All right. So overall, pretty good, pretty good. And now that we have that taken care of, let's go ahead and see what we're missing in the homepage. All right. So we have our banner missing. We have we have our split banner missing. We have these completed. We have the Instagram completed. Bestseller product. Let's go to the bestseller and let's hit change. Let's change the product and let's pick one. So like, for example, this majestic moose poster. Great. And then we'll hit save. Okay. And that looks good. That looks good overall. Okay. And bestseller product. I'm obviously not going to call it bestseller product. I'll say let's say, let's not even title it. I'm actually just going to leave it the way it is. And then what I'm going to do here is we have banner with text, and we're going to actually create a banner now. So let's go ahead and hit save here, and we're going to go to Canva. I'm going to hit resize, and I'm going to make this like a 1920 by 700 type banner, and I'm going to hit resize. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is zoom in, and I'm going to create now a few banners. So the first banners that I'm going to do is I'm just going to take like a collage of my art. So I'm going to make this black, okay? And just start like adding some stuff in. This is very similar to the banner that I created for Fantasy Labs, which is like this right here. It's going to be similar because that's, what I do. I'm going to hit edit image. This is just my style. You could do it whatever way you want to do it. But let's go ahead and edit this, add this, add this. Okay. Let's see here, add this. Not sure why there we go. It removed some parts of the background. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, add this. Okay. And just slowly position things here. Let me go ahead and remove background here as well, because this is going to be a top layer. So remove that. Just give it a second. We will not need this for now. This is the members area. I'll just go ahead and get rid of this. Canva. There we go. That's good. Let's go ahead and move this. Let's get rid of that. Let's add this here. And we'll remove edit the background here. Okay, hit apply. And this is not a bad background, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of these posters, or not one of the posters, excuse me. Let's actually add a little more, so why not? We'll add a little more, kind of like this. I'll position this back and increase the size. And yeah, let me drag and drop some of this. So I'll take this, copy, paste, add it here. Let's see. That's good. And I think we'll add like one more. We'll add this, why not? All right. And we're going to go ahead and hit download and select that banner. This is going to be a background banner for our front page. So let this load here. And we'll go into our our Shopify store. And we will go here to our slideshow, select one of the banners, and drag and drop here. And see how it looks. Not bad, okay? And then what we're going to do is get rid of this second banner, hit remove, leave it just like this, and we will create the sizing. So here we have the height. The height is sectional height on the maybe 700. We could even go less. We could go like 600, and it'll show more of the image. Let's go 500. Let's see how it looks. That looks decent at 500. We'll hit save. And then we have our text here. And our text, instead of whatever it says here, it says striped modern. Where is it here? It says striped modern. I'm going to write shop all art, all modern style. And then do a break. And then art. Just like that. Okay? So shop all modern style art. And then we have something for everyone. And instead of art, I'll just write posters and hit save. And there we go. So not bad. Just like that. I could even remove the word shop. It might look a little tacky, to be honest. And that's not bad. So I'll leave this here. I'll just change the collections to all collections. All right, so if somebody was to click on this, it will take them to the all collections page, which let's actually do that live. Let's go to view and we will hit explore. I'm actually going to have to make this a little bit larger, I realize now. Okay, so it's not clickable yet. I have to fix that. So let's go here. And first thing I need to do is slideshow. Image link. Okay, so the image link is the collections. The button link is what I need to do. So all collections on the button link. And we'll make it slightly bigger. So we'll go over here. Content max width, left, fade in. Let's go with, I don't even know if I want a slider effect. Let's go with fade in. We'll go with that. That's a better one right there. And for the sizing overall, we'll leave this. We won't change slides. Autoplay, we will not. And let's see here. We're just editing here. So let's go to 600. 600 and hit save. Okay. It's going to be different, obviously, for every single device, but just depends on the machine itself. So here we go. This looks a little bit better. I can hit explore now, and guess what? It takes me to my collections pages, which is exactly where I need to be. And we have to edit that page as well. So now that that's edited, I'm going to go over here to collections and default collection. And this is our default collection of animals. And so here is where I'm going to set up my collection list. So I have my collection list here, and I'll start selecting each collection. So change collection, animals, collection here, change collection, characters, collection here. And you want to add all your different collections here. Motivational, change collection, here. We'll have shop all, for example, and I will call this shop. I will just leave it actually the way it is. Actually, we'll go with the same style of text. So here, shop all, just like that, and hit save. And then what I'll do is I'll delete or make these two disappear for now. And so that will be those collections, and I'll hit save. So that if I click on any other collection, let's just say I click here, guess where it will take me? It'll take me to the all section, okay? Now what we're gonna do is work a little bit on the sidebar. So here we have, let's see what we're going at actually. Collection list, collection main. Let's see what that is. All right, so the collection main, we have categories, we have availability, we have filter dynamic, image banner. Let's go ahead and select the image banner. Let's just say I select something like this. Let's see how it's going to look. Yeah, so there you go. So we have here an image. We can use that as a promo in the future. Featured collection will feature any kind of collection. So let's say our motivational features will leave here for products. And that's pretty good the way it is. So we'll hit save. And this image banner, we will make it direct to the product that it is. So here, Jesus Walking Poster, if somebody clicks on this, it will take them there. Okay, and that's not bad for now. So here, page heading. Our page heading, we could set up a background, by the way. So if we wanted to select an image for the background, let's just say we wanted this banner to be part of the background, we could do that. We can also have a parallax effect, so basically means as we scroll, this scrolls with it, which actually looks pretty decent, but doesn't really matter. Use collection image. I'm not going to use the collection image. I can use the banner without this parallax, and show background overlay. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we'll leave it right now, and I'll just keep this on show banner. So I'll leave that all right there. Okay. So that's a big move that we created for this collection page. Now we have our collections list page, which is just literally the list of our collections, which we have a slideshow here. Here's a great place where you can show a banner with like some sort of discount. So if I was to do this, I can once again select the exact same banner, or I can change the banners. Doesn't really matter. This is a good banner overall. I'll delete or remove these two. Right? And then collection list, I'll start adding the collections. So collection animals, here, characters, motivational, shop all, and then I will remove this one here, because this is the collections that my store has right now. And the more over time that I add, the more that I'll have. I can change up these images, and I actually would like to. Like, for example, shop all, I want to have a different image than this one. So if I go here to my shop all collection, so actually let's go to products, let's go to collections, click on shop all. I'm going to sort manually. So best selling, sort manually, and it already takes the first image as the manual sort, and I'll just move this over here. So that's the hero's journey one, is the front one, and it's saved. So if I go back to my online store and hit customize here, and I go to my collections list page, it should have, there we go, different view. So just like that. And now people can view all of that there. Of course, you can edit, your text here, like shop all collections, something like that. You can, edit the text, or you can leave it blank. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter over time, but like I said, if you're just starting, you're just a beginner, adding the text is pretty decent. Removing the text, adding doesn't really matter. All right. Background color. So background color is just in reference to the here. So mine fills up the whole space, so it doesn't matter. There's a lot of things that you can edit, like I said. So for the text, we have our slideshow. We have the text here. I can scroll down and actually edit what this says. So first thing I want is a light colored text, so it's actually visible. And I could say something like epic discount. And I could say use code epic and incentivize people. Use code epic to get $5 off your first order, something like that, right? I could do that. And obviously it has to be a little more visible. You'd have to edit your banners, but this is just like a mock-up for our beginning here, and I hit save. All right, guys, so at this point so far, let me kind of show you or update you on what's going on. We have here a slideshow. We have a collection list. I hid the second collection list since my category is just posters. That's what I'm going to be selling. And so I'm hiding this second collection list. If I was selling like a different kind of product, like let's say I was selling mugs and posters, then I could do that here. Like I can create a section here for mugs, create a section for posters, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm selling all posters. So if I have more different categories like characters, motivational, animals, nature, etc., I can add more to this, like add a second row. But in my case, I'm not going to be using this section. So this right here is I'm going to hide it, and so I'm going straight into this. And you could see here I have the product carousel, right, with an image here as a representation of what it is, and we have the different products, of course, as you could see. We also have some of the products that are on pre-order, right? We have some regular products. We have a lookbook here, and the lookbook, I've already showed this, is, it's clickable, right? And I actually changed some of the photos just so that could load faster. Here is our divider, of course, and then finally our Instagram, our newsletter, our product. I chose to make the banner disappear that's under the product because instead I'll just go with a grid. So I'm going to go over here to add selection, and we're going to have to find the products section. So there's a bunch of different stuff here. We have product carousel. I'm going to go with products grid, and it will look something like this, and I will select the collection for all products. So I'll go over here, shop all, and there we go. And if you remember, the reason why we have shop all is we have a section the collection to show as many products as possible, with our setting in our collections that basically states any product that's over $1 will be in the shop all section. All right, and we can configure this here. Got a little tired there for a second. We can configure this here. We could show a certain amount of products per row. So you could see here I could show 5 products per row, for example. And I really don't recommend you show over 2 rows worth of products. That is destined for the product pages. You got to remember this is the home page, so you don't want it to be too lengthy, because if it's too lengthy, it's just simply too much to handle. You can also add here the load more button. I think this is pretty cool. And once again, if you want to add more rows, you could, but I don't recommend it. I think 2 rows is more than enough for this. And that's it for the home page, right? So for the home page, that's pretty good. We have here a collections button, which we're going to have to edit the mega menu and all these kind of things. But you can see here, these are my 4 collections. I have animals, characters, motivational, and shop all. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to our menu, right? So, and edit that. So I'll show you how this is going to work. So here we have the announcement bar, we have a top bar, and we have main menu. Let's go to main menu. The first button on the main menu is your home. Now for home, you can select what your main menu actually is. And to edit the main menu, you go over here into exit, and then you go into navigation. So navigation button, and you create the navigational menu. So we have home, catalog, contact, etc. So yeah, and by the way, guys, I wanted to give you guys a little FYI. The reason I have this is because I have 2 stores. This one is going to be public for YouTube. The other one, I'm actually going to be selling on it, and I can't show everything there because I don't want to show the name of the actual store. Okay, guys? So that's the only reason why I moved things over. But the stores are pretty much identical. I actually moved all the products here. But anyways, let's go back to here, and let's create that main menu. All right, so here we have main menu, we have home, and then we'll start off with collections. So with collections, we have the menu 1, menu 2. And if you hover over, that's menu 1, menu 2. Okay? We're going to add that in just a minute, but we'll go over here to collection. All right? So the collection is what's being referenced in the menu. So you could see here, here, and here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to collections, and I'll pick like 2 random ones. So we have animals, and we have... Let's select this one. Let's select characters, or actually motivational. Why not? And select it and hit save. Okay. But we actually have to have an image that represents those things, because right now it doesn't actually have those kind of things for it. So I'll go over here, and this one is called animals. So we'll switch it over to animals, hit save, and hit select image. Okay, and I'll find something related to animals. So I have this moose one here, so I'll select that image, and we could see here that the image will definitely arise. It just has to save our progress and things like that. The next we have our oh, excuse me, I had to make that change. Sorry about that. Let me actually change that. Let me remove the image. Sorry, and call this collections. Made a small mistake there. Collections. Hit save. Menu 1, menu 2, and then we have here the collection. So collection. I'll change the collection to animals. I'll hit select there. Hit save. And motivational. As you can see, by the way, it says multi-child, which child just means like you have a heading and then you have the child heading. So it's what goes under that main heading. And so we have animals, right? And motivation. Okay. Let me actually change that. So change motivational. All right. So now you could see here we have, let me go ahead and hover over this. We have the animals and the motivational, and we got to give an image for each. So we'll go over here, select image, and let's select some images. So this one is for the animals. I think I'll just pick the moose. I think that's like normal. And once again, I keep making the same mistake. Let me go ahead and let me go over here. Hold on. Let me hit change. Let me hit remove image. There we go. Okay, animals. That's when I'm going to select the image. So select image, find the animal, the moose, select, done. Okay, there we go. Now motivational, select image, and let's go with this one. All right, let's hit done there and hit save. Now, when we hover over here, let me go ahead and make it save its progress. All right, there you go. So now it looks proper. Okay, before it didn't. And the menu 1, menu 2 will show the different menus of items. And then here, we finally have product here, the same thing. So product, okay, where is it? Product, then we have the main menu for the product. Okay, and you can add these different mini menus. So for example, if this one was referencing all collections, I would add different menus of collections, right? Whether it be animals, whether it be products, and I would sub-segment. So if I had animals, I have different categories of animals, like pictures of tigers, lions, etc., and that would be in the menu. And then I have the different examples of what those menus look like through images. Okay, and then with the product section, it will be somewhat similar. So I'll go to product, hit select image, and then whatever it is that I want to select. So let's just say, let's do a nature one. So we can take an image like this and then click here, or even, actually I like this one better. So select the image and, made the same mistake that I always do. I'll go ahead and remove this, remove image, and go under here for product. That's when I'll select the collection. So I'll click, shop all, why not, whatever. And you can change these, by the way. It doesn't have to say product. It could say shop all, shop all. And then we will have here all products, just like that. And that will be our main navigational menu. On the top here, so we have home, collections, all products. And here, actually I'll go here and I'll label this best sellers, something like that. And so when somebody hovers over here, right, they'll see best sellers and then they'll see the design. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the banner. We will, let's see here, best sellers, main menu, all products, main menu. Let's leave the menu the way it is. We have the banner here. We have also best sellers. Let's go with the banner, select an image, and let's see how it looks like. Let's just, for the sake of it, let's select an image here, hit save, and let's preview what we got going on here. So view, so you have different stuff going on here. I should change this image, make something smaller, but you get the point. And then here we have this menu. This should have different categories, obviously. But you kind of get the point as to how it would look now. And that's what a mega menu is, right? So now let's go to the product page. Okay, so the product page, we could do lots of improvements. But generally, what we have here is a sold counter. We have a viewer counter. And if we were on an incognito tab, right, for the website. So let's actually go ahead and do that real quick. Let me copy this and let me paste it here, okay, and view my password. Let's see here. Is it my password or no? Okay, it's not my password. All right, so we have to have a public store for that. But essentially what this will do is this will reset with a counter, a stock counter, and based on the settings that you have, of course. Okay, so basically what we have here is we have different product pages with different settings. So let's actually do that. Let's go over here to products, assign products, and it would look something like this. So hurry, only X amount left in stock. When that stock counter goes down for the set individual, this portion will disappear. Okay, and what it does is it invokes purchasing, right? Like it increases that purchasing decision, because a lot of the times if somebody's interested in something but they need that extra push, this will help them, right? So we have different settings here. You could switch up fonts. Like we can go over here to color, or not fonts, excuse me, color, and I could switch up color. So if I want to go with like a blue, right, I can go with that blue. And I think blue is actually pretty nice, pretty sleek, looks good, and it looks clean. I like that. Maybe even go with something a little bit darker, right? Something like that, a little bit more clean. Definitely more interesting to me at least. And I think that looks good. Now, a lot of different settings you could do. To do this, you go to theme settings and you go to your product, okay? Here you have show quick view, add to cart. All these buttons should exist, right? So you keep these available. Now, here we have two styles. The style references two things, okay? The style first references the outside view of the product. So if we go over here to these products, right, and we see some of the products here, notice how everything is moved over to the left. If I go over here and switch style number 2, look what's going to happen. Just give it a second. Okay, boom. It switches the text into the middle. That's just a little style difference. That's all the difference is, okay? If I want to click on one of these products, okay, for the most part, the product page is the same, right? So that just affects the style from the outside. So that's style 1, style 2, doesn't really matter. I'll stick to style 1. Here you have aspect ratio. So aspect ratio shows the product image once again from the outside. So this is a 1-to-1 aspect ratio. We can have a 3-to-4, and it will shift the way the images look. So you can see here, literally does shift the way they look. We have a 4:3 aspect ratio, shifts, okay? I think it does that for a lot of different images, like even the images here in the thumbnail. So I would be aware of that. You want to find what works for you and your business and your brand. Like 3-to-4, I think works, looks clean, looks good, but it just depends on what you feel comfortable with, all right? So here we have the text transfer. We have capitalize, uppercase, or onset. So if I go uppercase, let me go ahead and scroll down here to show kind of what I'm talking about. It'll make all of these titles here uppercase, okay? Capitalize, I don't think it will only capitalize like the first letters, just like this. So the word assassins, tiger, poster, the first letters are capitalized, and then onset is exactly what it was typed in, right? Sometimes when we type it in, we don't keep the formatting proper. So it's up to you how you like it. I'll just leave it at capitalize. We have product name line limit, which basically limits the amount of lines of how long the name is. If the name is super long, it doesn't make sense to have that listed out. You're going to have rows and rows of text, and the prices are all going to be out of whack. It's good to keep things pretty clean with the way it looks. Right now it's set on onset, but if you have a situation like that, you might want to switch around the text. We have labels, pre-orders, show sold out. So these are the labels: pre-order, 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 sold out, etc. All right. We have badges. So the badges style is something similar to this, but in terms of the badge of the product, you have the radius style, you have rectangular style. Radius is fine. Okay. It's going to even out these little corners right here. That's kind of what it does. All right, versus having the sharp edges. Color swatches, in our case, we don't have that, but in order to even work with color swatches, you have to have these variations with colors. So I'm good with that for now. Quick view, we've got a lot of different things here. The quick view will show you different information about the product. So, for example, if I want to show the vendor within the quick view, I can do that. So what is a quick view actually? Let me go ahead and show you guys. If I click on one of these products, notice this little feature here, quick view. If I click this little eyeball, this is the quick view. It will show certain details. I don't think it's important to show things like vendor in the quick view. I don't think that matters. If you want to have it there, have it there. But like I said, I don't think it affects the success of your business. There's never been a time where somebody says, I like this print-on-demand design because its vendor is a certain person. That doesn't matter. And 9 times out of 10, the vendor is going to be you, right? So that's irrelevant. Either you or the manufacturing company of the print-on-demand business that you're deciding to use. All right, so be aware of that. Now let's get into pop-ups on the corner of the screen. If you want the pop-ups to work, you have to go to, let me go ahead and turn this off, go to fake order, and then select the orders. So you go over here, change products, and then select different products. So like, let's say I select these few products, hit select. Now I have a product category list, okay, or a product list. And these I could just leave, but you could see here now there are people that pop up, you know, so-and-so purchased whatever, right? So that's good. That helps, all right? And here we have the delay time, display time. I really wouldn't play around with this too much, and I would hit save, okay? Newsletter pop-ups. So I keep newsletter pop-ups hidden. I don't want it to keep popping up to annoy people about a newsletter. You can do that if you want. I keep my newsletters existing on pretty much every page. So this is a home page. I'll show you guys a product page, and I'll show you how to enable that right now. So product page, and then what we do is we go over to that product page, and we look for the information tabs here, and add a section. So I look for the section, and I search for something like newsletter. Boom. And then there it is. So on the product page, where was it here? I have a newsletter built in, and I can fit this anywhere I want. Okay. If I have a really good discount offer, then I might as well drag this a little above, like somewhere right here, right? Sign up and get X amount. This is the only theme that I know that you can currently edit the product pages like this. Okay. You know, that's a good feature to have. I'm not saying other themes are bad. I'm just simply saying that that's a good feature to have, a really good feature to have. Add sections. I can add lookbooks. I can add so many things. So like you could see here, so many things I could do. It's just a matter of doing them, like I said. So for me, I think this is good as to where this is going to start. And I think I definitely need more time to work on developing this. And that's why this, I guess you could say, episode series would need more time. But this is just literally, I guess you could say, episode 1, which is doing majority of the work, which is creating the content, uploading the content, configuring a minimum viable product, which is an MVP, minimum viable product for your print-on-demand business, and that's important. And the reason why that's important is because you need something to get the ball rolling. For me, this is the MVP. I can do a lot more improvement to it. I just don't have the time right now, and that's why this is going to sit where it is. In the next few episodes, when we do upload episodes, you'll see this improve over time. All right. So this is just the beginning. Like this banner, I'm going to have better banners created. You know, these images, I'm going to have better stuff created. It's just a matter of time. This is an MVP, and it's important to start off with an MVP first to starting to get ranked on Google, have something to advertise to, all these kind of things, which we will talk about in the future, how to advertise, how to do their social media, how to do all those things. For essentially one of my designs for my website. So I figured I'd take you guys along with me, and I wanted it to have a cool kind of Egyptian alien vibe to it. So let's go ahead and work on this together. So the app that I'm going to be using in the beginning is called Luminar Neo. What I did with the image is I upscaled it, and I basically made a contrast that was so strong with the characteristics of the image that kind of is going to help remove this background. I'll explain kind of what I'm doing. The images that I'm going to be using are from Fantasy Labs. I'm sure if you guys have been watching the YouTube videos, you probably already know about Fantasy Labs, but it's basically where I'm adding some graphics on there for you guys to use. And one of the graphic sets inside the membership has a pyramid style image, and it also has this kind of eye image that I'm going to place onto the pyramid. So I'll explain in just a minute. Just give me a second. What I did here was I upscaled it. So let me just real quick export this design. So I'll go over here, hit this disk button, and give this a name. So I'll call this just like a bunch of letters here, and I'll hit save. And by the way, the sizing of this poster or this image itself, I upscaled it to 4480 by 5760, so 5700. That's a big size right there. It's chunky. So I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna drop it off in Canva. So let's go ahead and go over here and drag and drop this image in Canva. All right, and what I'm doing here is I have this image in Canva. All right, so I have now the image within Canva, and I'm going to test Canva's ability to remove the background. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way I want it to, and sometimes they do a great job. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. But first, let's go ahead and place the image correctly where I want it to be within Canva. So I think this is good. This is suitable. I'll go ahead and hit background remover and see what happens. And once again, if it doesn't work out the way I want to, I'm gonna have to take the image within Luminar and then place it within GIMP, and that's gonna help me remove my background. I'll have to do it manually. But you know, actually I think they did a pretty decent job here, and this is about what I'm looking for. So I'll go ahead and hit apply. Now once again, I wouldn't be able to do this part here if I wasn't able to bring up the contrast of the image within the section. So the way I like to do this is I like to click on the image, I like to go to develop right here, and then I like to bring the smart contrast all the way up. All right, so you can see here it made a small difference, but I don't need to, you know, essentially every single time I exit the app, it will reset, and it will always keep improving the smart contrast. I don't need to. You could see there's not much of a difference from here to here. It's just a small difference there, so that's not really important to me. So I already got most of the, I guess you could say, the job done there. I'm going to take this here and I'm going to make this a black background. So I could see kind of the power of the image now and where the details of the image is. Now what I'm going to do is take this eye design and I'm going to place it within the image, but I also have to remove the background. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use Luminar to do that as well. So let me go ahead and scroll up because I think I already have this image prepared. I know it's here somewhere. And this eye image that you guys just saw, it is within Fantasy Labs. So within Fantasy Labs, you can access it. All right. And so you can see here it's already dark. And the last time I checked, I did put up the smart contrast all the way up, but let's just try it one more time. Let's see if it does anything different. Yeah, it did a little bit of more improvements. I'll take it, and I'll go over here and hit disk, and then what I'll do is I'll save it. And the size here is 2200 by 2800 roughly. So that's cool. I'll take that. I'll hit save. And there we go, export for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Canva here, and I'm going to upload the same image so that I am uploading it. And then I'm going to move this the way I want it to move, and I'm going to take the eye and place it on top. Now, what I want to do is I want to create this cool kind of translucent effect with the eye. So I'm going to go over here, hit background BG remover, which is background remover for the eye on Canva. It says we couldn't do it. So now I'm going to have to open it up within GIMP. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's go here to GIMP, open it up, and I'll just have to do it manually through GIMP. And my goal is just to remove this background you could see on the size. Now, if I can't do it for whatever reason on GIMP, I'll increase the size of this image, and I'll bring this opacity all the way through, like something like this. And this is what I'm trying to go for, if that makes sense. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. You know, it's going to be a tricky situation, but let's see. So I'll go over here and click on the black background. This is within GIMP, by the way. GIMP is a free tool, and you could go over here. I'll go to layer, transparency, add alpha channel, and hit this eraser, increase the size slightly, and start erasing what I want to erase. So I'll go all the way around here and erase all the characteristics that I kind of don't need, which is a lot of that darkness right now, because this was going to add a lot of darkness to the image that I don't necessarily need right away, even though the background is black. I want to still have different characteristics around the image. So let me go ahead and increase the brush size a little more. Something that I noticed for certain images where the brush size is a little bit bigger, it could slow down like the actual computer, which is pretty insane, but hey, it's all good. Just depends on how big the brush size is. And so I'll take this. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to remove everything except for the area around the eye. So we're going to remove it like this. And it's good to just kind of click a little bit and then ease your finger off the clicker so that if you need to undo it, will undo a little bit of it. It won't undo the whole thing, but let's see here. There we go. We're getting close for it to be finished. All right. There we go. I think that's good for what I'm looking. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right. The way that I set these posters up is very forgiving, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll go over here and select none, and now I'll see what's left to the image. And since I already have this section here where the image is already displayed, I see this section within the image that I don't want to actually show. It's these lines or curves or whatever you want to call them, these details under the eye, which is equivalent to this section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here and erase like that right there. And that's actually pretty decent. And then what I'm going to go over here and do is I'm going to hit export as, and then I'm going to change this to a PNG, so PNG, and we're going to go ahead and export this to my desktop. Let's go ahead and hit export, and we'll export the work. So give it about a second, and then there we go. All right. So now I have the new image, which should be right here, and I'm going to go ahead and upload this. Now I'm going to get rid of the old image and upload this new one. So now you could see the details are completely different, right? So you could see here, right? This was the image before. Now these are the details of the image now. So let me go ahead and remove this real quick and click, and there you go. That is exactly the concept that I was looking for. And now I'm going to start playing around with the transparency of the image. So the more transparent I make it, you could see more of the peak of that pyramid in the back. And I have to figure out where I'm going to place it exactly and how much do I want to show. So if I place it right here, that's cool, but then I might have to go back to the drawing board and erase a little bit more. It just depends on how I want to set it up. So let me go ahead and test the different levels of transparency here. And I think it's good, but I feel like where it wasn't, if I keep the transparency up all the way, then I might have to decrease the height or, bring it down a little bit, right? So something like kind of like this, right? If I keep the transparency alive, because the drawing or the details around the eye are going to fit perfectly with the mountains in the back and the details around there. And real quick, I was just updating my Luminar app. I'll go ahead and just close this off because I don't need too many apps to be running. So let me go ahead and close this GIMP application for a second and empty my trash real quick. I know I'm doing this live, but sometimes, just get this done, get this out of here. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and erase some of these details to the image. But let me actually see if I could do this manually. So if I go like this, let's just assume that I wanted the image right here. Let's go ahead and hit edit image. There should be like some sort of eraser on this on Canva. I think they have one, but I'm not 100% sure. But let's go ahead and see what we could do. Let me close this. And let's see what it can do. Once again, all I'm looking for is the ability to erase some of that work around the eye. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to have the ability to erase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all this here. Just like this. And gradually we'll test and we'll see what we have to add or remove. I'll hit done here. And that's okay. I think I still need to remove a little bit more. I'll probably remove this section here, right here, like these lines right here. And then what I'll do is above, I'll remove this whole section to show the peak of that eye. So I'll hit erase, and I will remove once again this section here. And then the peak here. Right, and then let's hit done and let's see what we get. And you could see here now the design is coming a little bit more alive, right? And I'll have to remove some of these lines here on the side. So something like this. Right, just a little bit. Let's see where we get from there. Okay, that's getting better. And I think I want to do just a little bit here and a little bit here. So let's go ahead and do that. And I believe that's somewhere here. So let's erase there. And let's erase there. And once again, guys, with this strategy, I guess you could say, of creating posters, it's very forgiving with the way that I'm doing things. It's not, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it comes out and it does a great job. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to reflect a little bit more of that background of the mountaintop, right? I'm going to hit apply there. And there we go. I think that's where I want it to be. And what I'm going to do now is, because I'm not 100% sure about the location of where I want it, which I think this is good, to be 100% honest. I'm going to leave this where it is. I'm going to take these two and I'm going to group them together. So I'm going to go over here and hit group. All right. So now they're grouped together. Whenever I move one, they'll both move together. And now what I want to do is just add some text. And I want to add the text, "We have many secrets." That's what I want to add, which is pretty cool. I feel like it gives this kind of like spooky style kind of vibe. So I'm going to go here and hit text, and I'm going to add this. And by the way, all the fonts, everything that you guys are seeing, the images, we're going to be adding fonts to Fantasy Labs really, really soon. In the next drop, we already created the first drop, 460 plus assets. Okay, we're going to be adding more soon. And we're going to be adding stuff every single month, like I said. So this font that I'm using right now, we're going to be dropping as well. We're going to be customizing it a little bit, but we're going to be dropping it. So we have, or I'll do one word at a time. So I'll add this here and look for something that I could use. So some kind of text that I could use. And I have so many different fonts here, but I'm going to have to play around with what I can use. We have the word "we" here, and I'm going to take this word "we" and see what colors I want to use. So I'm either going to be using the purple or the yellow, all right? And I'm going to put this into, I like to do this effect. So I have a border, right? And then I'll just duplicate this. And I'm probably going to put this video within the Fantasy Labs membership because anybody who doesn't see it on this YouTube channel, I think they really do need to see it behind the scenes in the membership so that they can get an idea as to how much it could potentially help with their design. Because I think it really could, especially if you get a grip on, how to design properly, use the graphics properly, you get more out of the membership. So here and then let's go ahead and add more font here. Just drag this downward and copy, and then, let me go ahead and undo that. Copy this. Let's see. All right. And for this glow, I might not keep it purple. I might make something a little brighter, maybe even. Something like that, right? So that when it goes here, you can kind of tell the difference. But I'll go ahead and take this and maybe even switch it around. Maybe I might not go with that. We'll figure it out right now. But we have like this. And I should actually remove the letter E here and use a different font so it could be a little bit more clear. But we'll see. And I'm going to take this WE and kind of drag it upward. And drag this, add the letter E here, add the letter E. we have, and do the same effects. So I'll go over here to the back and go to the neon effect and make it a color of, let's say, that yellow that we had before. And then drag the word have on top, right? Just like this. It does look a little bit different, but no big deal. We have just like that. And I'll probably have to move the word have and decrease the size of it here because I don't want it to impede on the graphics for sure. So we have, and then many secrets on the bottom. So let's go ahead and add that. And then I'll take this text right here, word many, and I'll make it actually a little bit smaller because I want to add the word secrets right there. All right. So let's take this. Let's take this and increase the size. And then there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and make the same effect. So we're going to go with the neon effect on a yellow color. And then go here, neon yellow effect, or let's go to the effects, neon yellow color. And then we're just going to duplicate it, kind of like that. And then go to the effects once again, hit outline, and then have the outline on the purple, and then have the original font, the purple. And we actually should switch the outline, make it a little bit of a different kind of purple. There we go, kind of like this. And maybe I can even increase the font on the word secrets. Let's see, just like this, and decrease this section here. Let's see actually what I could do, because this is a big word, but let's see there. We have many secrets. This probably could be improved just slightly, but I think overall it's pretty decent. We'll go ahead and duplicate that. We'll go here to the effects, the outline. We're gonna pick this dark purple outline, and of course the font color will be the lighter purple. So just something like this. So you could see here I pretty much created a whole entire poster from 2 graphics and some font that will not only sell well, but it's pretty unique with the art style. And it didn't take too much effort. Wasn't too difficult, and I just like the style of it. And if I wanted to search for some elements, I could go ahead and search for them. So I could search for like ancient Egypt. Let's see what we could get here. Like ancient. Let's search ancient Egypt here, and let's see what we can come up with. I mean, there's so many different things. Like something like this. I could take this and turn it into, once again, one of those neon colored fonts and make it transparent, right? So something like that. And I could go over here and make it transparent, And I could, once again, I could play around with the colors. So I could make this, for example, yellow, and I could drag and drop this right into the middle of the eye, something like that. There's so much that you could do here. But it's just a matter of doing it. And it's a matter of what do you personally want on your design. I don't know if I could actually use this. I might not apply that design, but there's so many, right? So that is my poster. I'm actually pretty satisfied with the way it looks. Of course, I'm going to have to add my logo at the end, but let me go ahead and give you guys the full preview in the full image. All right. Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I wanted to give you guys a kind of like a behind the scenes about what I'm doing with my own print-on-demand business that does include a clothing line aspect to it. I figured I'd show you guys this because this is something I am working behind the scenes, and if somebody here wants to learn from this or utilize this for their businesses, this might help you out. So right now what I'm doing is I'm pretty much going to be a customer of my own designs. I mean, I'm going to buy my own stuff here for my office. I kind of want to make it a little bit more, attractive, I guess you could say. I guess that's the right word. And I'm trying to create some cool art. And I'm always trying to level up. I'm trying to become better designer, better, just make better, better results, better art, you know what I'm saying? And that helps from a print-on-demand perspective. That helps from a training perspective, whether I'm training my virtual assistants or you guys through a course. And it always makes me better as a person, creating, being capable of doing more. And I'm working on different things. You guys saw these 3 yesterday, like this design, this design, this design. And I don't know if you guys saw this design. I'm not sure. First of all, please let me know in the comments, what do you think about this design? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it could be better? Let me know. I'm curious. Very, very curious. I'm not a Adobe type of designer. I don't use Adobe. I know a lot of people do. I just do things the easy way. I'll use Canva or Kittl or something like that. And yeah, I get pretty creative with these kind of things. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm that good yet. I want to get better. If anybody knows courses that I could join, I'm very willing to. I want to take my art to the next level, of course. And with that being said, I'm going to show you guys how I kind of edit and create these kind of world-class poster designs for my business. One of them being a clothing line, which is not really going to be just clothing, but it has other stuff in it that's actively selling and making money on a daily basis. So I figured I'd show you guys this. This is different than marketplaces like print on demand marketplaces like Redbubble, Zazzle, Society6, etc. Because I do believe in the value of owning your own website, etc. These are things that I've said before. If you're new to the channel, welcome. That is something I heavily believe in, though. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So here I have this app that I use to edit stuff. It's called Luminar Neo. There's literally a bunch of different websites where you can get this from. I use the cheapest access. I'll leave the link in the description if you're interested, but I'll kind of show you how I edit things. So here is a design that I have from Fantasy Labs. So if you're familiar with Fantasy Labs, I'll just throw it over here. We have Fantasy Labs right here. This is my product where I've said this before, but my goal is to get anywhere from 20 to 25,000 pieces of art on there. It's a members area where you can access art. It has a login to it. Some of you guys have already got the sample, and the sample, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up because I realized that the sample had only one category of certain designs to it, which I realized after talking to a lot of you who joined the sample. You said you wanted to see different styles, different, like somebody told me, I forget who it was, but somebody told me they like unicorns and things like that, and they want to see that in the sample. Some other people liked what we produced in the sample, which is, a lot of this style art, I believe. And I'm actually going to make a video showing everything that we have each month. So each month, I'm going to be adding more designs. The point is that I'm going to be showing how I'm going to be editing one of the designs from Fantasy Labs for my line here. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just take this and upload it here, okay? And usually you start off with an image like this. All right, now some things I look and I say, okay, what can I remove, what can I add, what can I keep, etc. Now to me, if you guys are familiar, and I'm not trying to be all metaphorical on you, but there's this book, I guess you could say, or this story, I forget what it was called, but it was called The Hero's Journey. I forget who wrote it or what the kind of story behind it was, but essentially the hero's journey is a concept. It's a concept that it's how human beings live. If specifically, I don't know for women, but I know for men specifically, men are supposed to deal with something very difficult in their lives, and if they deal with it in a positive way, meaning if they take on that challenge, then they'll live the rest of their lives proud of who they are, without some sort of, I guess you can say, not anxiety, but anger of existing. A lot of people get stuck in depression and things like that. And if they do conquer this journey, if they take the call meaning the challenge in life, they kind of go through the challenge, they accept it, they become transformed. They become not a child anymore, not a boy, but a man. And, I feel like my life has been just a reoccurring element of the hero's journey just over and over again in many different scenarios. But this is a composition that kind of reminds me of that. I mean, you have like a character here who's looking down a long path, what seems like a long path. You got mountains, you got animals, wild animals. Then you have this big, scary looking wolf just staring right at him, which to me is like foreshadowing of like challenges and things like that. Now, I'm not trying to be all, Jordan Peterson on y'all, because let's be honest, that's not my forte, but I just thought that's kind of what it resembled to me. But anyway, so in terms of editing, here, the first thing I'm going to do is I always erase things that I don't like to see. So for example, like this little purple line here, I'll edit this, I'll hit erase, and it'll be gone, right? So might be a little bit some stuff over here, I'll hit erase, and it'll be gone. Erase, and it'll be gone. And like I said, this is an AI-powered, I guess you could say, design tool. Okay, there are other design tools that have similar capabilities. This is just easier for me as opposed to running this through an AI tool like Leonardo or Playground AI or any of these other ones, because I have more control, like manual control. I can click stuff, I can edit stuff, and it just helps. Okay, like I said, I'm not big on the Adobe kind of products, but anyways, very, very affordable. I think I pay like either $10 a month or 15, something like that. I think $10 a month, maybe less. But yeah, I get it from the cheapest platform. So I do a little bit of erasing, and then what I like to do is I like to jump over here to my enhance. Is it enhance or develop? I think it was develop. There we go, develop. And what I like to do is bring the smart contrast up, and I like to see where it goes. And sometimes I like where the colors go, but you could see here that creates a huge difference. I mean, if you just look, it was like this, and now it's like this. That's a huge difference, and I could see a lot of that color right here, which is actually what I'm looking for. If I was to put this on a poster for my office or something like that, I want something that looks cool, you know what I mean? I want something that looks attractive to me. So you could see kind of the difference of what it originally was and then what it is now. Especially you could see it right here. I mean, I'll just go ahead and do that again. It looks kind of, I don't want to say bland. It looks, I don't know what the word is. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments down below, but this is more vibrant. That's the best way I can say it. The contrast is there. All that's there. So that's good. And then what I'll do is I like to go and add a vignette to it and add here the vignette. I move this all the way to the left-hand side, and it's smart because the software is smart because the vignette could have been added on other things as well, like these mountains or whatever, but it wasn't. It was, you could see here, the color of them don't really vary. What I could do is if I want to darken certain things or something like that, I can go over here to all these different features. So I could go over here to like toning, for example. I could go to masking, and I have a brush. All right, and with the brush I can go over certain areas. So let's say like something like this. Let's go ahead and add around it. All right, connect it to here. Right, and it does take some filling in to do and things like that, but that's perfectly fine, especially if you're doing a one-off design and you have an email list, a client list, and there are people who really, really like your products, and they're going to pay a premium price for it, which is what I charge for designs like this, for people who are doing, purchasing for print on demand, not Fantasy Labs, obviously. That's not premium at all. It's $8.99. We're going to have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pieces of art on there. I'm talking about for print on demand specifically. If it's going to be premium, if it's going to be something like this, I do want to go through it and make it a little bit better. And I want to make sure I produce something that I could be proud of, so that I can have a better result. And at the end of the day, charge something I'm proud to charge. So if this was a poster, I have no shame in charging over $200 for something like this. You might say, wow, that's crazy, whatever. It doesn't cost you much to run it. But you got to understand there's competition out there. And the competition is charging the same thing, if not more. So, not only do I get to walk away with a good profit, and I'm not robbing anybody, I'm just, making money. It's business. But I'm adapting. And also, when I say adapting, this is a lot of people are struggling with the print-on-demand marketplaces right now. There's a way to play that game. And by the way, guys, a little short note thing I want to say here. I clicked on shadows, not highlights, and then I can increase my saturation, right? And I could select my hue, my balance, so I could select what colors I want, things like that. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, what I was referring to here was when we're talking about the print on demand, you have different marketplaces. You have things like your Redbubble, your Zazzle, your Society 6, you got to understand it's not going to get better, and there's a way to play the game. So if you're playing like most people, you're going to have a harder time. I mean, the reason why I could still sell on Redbubble, still sell on all these platforms and hire other people to do it for me is because I know how to play the game correctly, whether it be the tagging, the titling, the art, the tag, all these kind of things come together. And I've spoken about this heavily last year, and we put out courses for it and showed people how to do it. And a lot of the times what you got to realize is that most people are not going to understand. And we're talking about like 80% of the people are not going to do well with these platforms. And I'm not talking about the people who join the courses. I'm talking about the people in totality, because you can't have 80% at the top. You just can't. It doesn't work that way. There's a triangle. And if you look at the publication of the open information on the publicly traded company for Redbubble, for example, they're making money, but they're not making money as much as they thought they would, and they're not doing too well from that aspect. So they're gonna have to gain money from somewhere. So it's important. It's important to learn the skill of building your own business. You know, you can't just rely on the top companies. You could rely on the companies if you know how to play the game, like I said. But if you can't play the game, if you don't know how to play the game, then you really got to start focusing on what are you going to do outside of that. Either you're going to get better at playing that game, you know, which I'm talking about the print-on-demand companies, or you're going to have to figure out some sort of pivot. And I always recommend, I just got this question earlier today. Somebody was asking me, like, what platform do you recommend starting off with? And I said that fully depends on your financial status. You know, if you're focused on doing a lot of different things, then you have to be in the financial capability to be able to do so. You're not going to be able to handle that and do multiple platforms if you're if you're having a hard time financially. And the reason why I say that is because you can only have two resources. You either have time or you have money. And your money can replace the time. Meaning, for me personally, if I have, let's say, a quota within myself that 300 images need to be uploaded to Redbubble on a daily basis across accounts, I have virtual assistants that can do that for me. First of all, I would have to use virtual assistants because there are new laws, etc. Their new rules, not laws. You guys know what I mean. Their new rules with what's it called? I'm just looking at these different changes here. Their new way of doing things on Redbubble. You guys know they made a change a couple months back about the limit as to how many you can upload per day, etc. So, you know, it's all about playing the game, understanding how to do it. And right now, like I said, I put in that work last year to get to a point where I can enjoy the fruits of my labor, if that makes sense. You know, and a lot of people are in this position as well who've watched this channel for over a year. You know, we put out guides, we put out courses, we put out a lot of products around learning how to do it correctly. And like I said, there's a lot of people who made money with print on demand. And let's face it, a lot of people are not going to delete their accounts because they're doing well. You know, that even though there's a fee, like, just put things into perspective, guys. I have about 9 accounts right now that are making money. And when I say money, I'm talking about good money. We're like over $1,000 on Redbubble. And I have to pay, right, roughly 10% of that, right, because of that fee that they're doing. I believe it was, if you have over $500 more in sales, you have to pay like $92. I could be wrong. I haven't checked the numbers, but I think that's what it is. So whether it's 11%, whether it's 7% that I have to pay, whether it's 8 or 9%, I can handle it. But it's not something I want to do, you know. That's assuming that all my accounts are standard. I haven't even checked all the accounts. But like I said, it just comes with playing the game. So for me, this is a source of protection. Creating all kinds of different passive incomes, which I highly preach on. I highly spoke about creating your own website. And I know, like I said, it's a hassle for a lot of people. By the way, did you guys check this edit that I just did? I think it looks pretty cool with the super contrast, adding that pink to the effects right here, all around the wolf, and it taps in really nice with this horizon right here. I think it looks really good, but I think I'm kind of satisfied with where this is. I think I'm gonna do a little editing here. I'm not done yet, but I like with the way this is going here. But yeah, like I said, it's not something that is easy. It's not easy to go out there, create a whole brand new business, create a new thing. But hopefully we're going to release the Shopify big episode soon. It's just a lot of work behind the scenes, because everything that I do, I can't show my exact store. You got to understand that if I could show my products for sure, but the store I can't, because what happens is if I'm going to start doing paid advertising, which I've been doing, it's easily replicatable. You can pull up the store, you can pull up the store name, you could see their ads, and you could literally steal all their work. And the last thing I'm going to have to do is the same thing that happened to me with Redbubble. When I showed my Redbubble store as a demo, started making sales within the first few weeks, but it was getting ripped off by a ton of people. I think like 9 stores in the few weeks, which is a copycat issue, but it's part of the game. It is what it is. So I'm not complaining too much, but it's just part of the game. There's really nothing else I could say. So I think I'm actually not going to make that edit right here. Let's see here. Let's see what we're going to do. But yeah, here, black and white. There we go. This is what I was looking for. And we'll go to masking. And yeah, I'm just talking to you guys like behind the scenes kind of stuff. This is just some stuff that I have to deal with. And for me, print on demand, like I said, I look at it overall as one of the easier business models. I've done a whole lot of business models in my lifetime, whether it be, the whole real estate thing, whether it be, the blogging, building websites, selling products. I've done so many different things. Amazon FBA, you name it, KDP. KDP at one point was pretty good, but print on demand in general is one of the easier types of income generation. And the reason why I say that is because the effort is low. If you could figure out how to play the game, once again, the strategy behind selling, whether it be on Zazzle, whether it be on Society6, whether it be on Redbubble, whether it be etc., there's more than enough money to go around for everybody. Is it fun? No, it's not fun when they take a huge percentage. I'm not for that. I don't want to act like I'm for that, because I'm not. But, it is what it is. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of me editing here. I'm still working on some things. I don't think this is going to be a short video. I'm just, speaking what's on my mind. But here we have saturation. Let's go ahead. Let's see what this is. Okay. I like that a little bit better. It's making it more black. Let's go to masking here. And let me see here what's going on. So let's see what's going on. Just bear with me, guys. Yeah, so it's switching the orange into a gray. But you could see here what I'm doing is I'm trying to take out as much blue as I can, because this is, I could take a lot of this out, but let's do it this way. Let me go with my masking. Let me go to adjustments, and you guys let me know if you're currently using this software. I think it's very good, personally, but that's just me. Like I said, my own opinion, and I do obviously use it, and it is pretty good. Here, what I'm doing is I'm erasing a lot of this blue, so I can get a good production going. And this is, I didn't even think I was going to post today, honestly, on YouTube. It's 9:43 p.m. right now. It's been a long day. Been working on a lot of different things. And yeah, so what I would like to do with a lot of my art is I like to add some sort of text in there, just so it's a little more meaningful. However, not all the times does that happen. And I think also, by the way, once I get rid of all this blue around here, it's going to look a little better. And like I said, it's just that little benefit, that little bit better in the end product, right? So, a lot of people come to my website and they want, they're not really worried about money too much. Like, the cost, I think, is pretty fair for them. But I think they just want, cool stuff. And we get a lot of repeat buyers, a lot of customers, and it's pretty cool. A lot of the money we use goes into advertising. It does profit, of course, but advertising is one of the important things to really, really hunker down on. And I've spoken about this in the Pinterest. If you guys are familiar, I have a Pinterest course, but it took me a long time to learn how to advertise properly. And Facebook, I remember, I don't want to say I got lucky, but I kind of did get lucky. My very first campaign on Facebook ads, I had a bikini website, believe it or not. It was, I have my hands in a lot of different websites, and we had the models, we did the shoots for the swimwear. We sold one pieces, two pieces, which are called bikinis, right? I didn't actually know that until I entered the industry. But anyways, when we sold the business, the reason why we sold it, at the price that we sold it at, which I'm not going to say here, but the reason why we did is because we were so good at advertising. If you look at the swimwear business, everybody's selling swimwear. That doesn't mean they're going to be able to charge a premium, which I always state, if you guys are going to make some sort of business, if you want it to work for you, you're going to have to charge high prices. You're not going to be able to get away all the time with charging low amounts of money for a product, especially if you're going to get into advertising. Now, there are certain platforms that are more advertiser friendly that generate you more of a profit, like, for example, Pinterest. Pinterest is very effective, and I think I actually might make a video talking about Pinterest and how to use it, like just a free video for you guys. But one of the big reasons that we use it for advertising is because of its fees. It's very, very low compared to that of a Google or Facebook. And if you're trying to run a business and you're trying to figure out what your conversion rate is, what is your customer acquisition cost, all these kind of things, it's probably a good idea to jump into a platform that's going to charge you a little bit less in the beginning. That's not to say that you can't use other platforms in the future, but just in the beginning, when money could be potentially tight, you want to figure that out. The benefit that I had was I had other income sources that I could use to fuel the advertising to learn it. A lot of people, at least I don't think, can spend, an extra $80K a year trying to learn advertising. It's not as easy. But for me, the way I looked at it was it's a tax deduction at the minimum. And at max, I'll learn what I'm doing. I'll learn how to do it properly. So it's just part of the business. It's not something that, you could really skip on. It's part of the business journey. And eventually, you guys will have this thing that you have to deal with, which is learning how to advertise. There's a lot of organic ways. I've shown in my YouTube videos before how to do it organically and how to do it very well organically, might I add. By the way, are you guys noticing the difference right now? I think overall it's looking pretty decent. We're going to get rid of these orange pieces, and I'm going to add some details in the design here. But, just talking. But you guys can see what I'm doing here. I think overall it's looking better. I'm trying to get rid of the blue. And, so once again, with the whole advertising thing, advertising can get expensive, but if you have a different income source, you could set a budget, how much you work on. You got to learn different things, of course, but it's pretty cool. And a lot of people don't know this, but I spent a lot of money on courses just trying to learn advertising. Advertising is not one of the easier things to learn, and the reason why is because it plays a lot into your psychology. A lot of people say it's gambling. It's not gambling. It's just you have to figure out how to do it properly, And I remember I had a client back when I had an agency. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I used to run a marketing agency, and it was terrible. I hated it. The money was fine, but I hate doing like the services and the whole thing like that. It's pretty much like freelancing on steroids. That's all it is. And any kind of freelancer would know that. I don't know a single freelancer that enjoys their work. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. I personally don't know of any. But if you're a freelancer listening to this, let me know. I have no idea. But regardless, I had a client who I'm trying to remember what I said. I can't remember what I was gonna say, but I know that he at the time, like I said, I had an agency and we were running ads and we were doing very well. That didn't happen unless I had to actually learn how to do it properly. And you don't get paid for doing the ad; you get paid for the results. So if you can't do it, you don't make money. And so This is pretty much blacked out the way I wanted it to. It looks pretty decent thus far, and you guys could see here, pretty decent. I'm gonna go in here and just erase a lot of these different mistakes that are around. I call them mistakes, but let's go ahead and erase here. And I don't know if you guys like these talking style videos, but I think eventually we will create like some sort of podcast. Maybe it is for this channel, maybe not, who knows. But I know I personally will one day, and probably sooner than later, honestly, probably sooner than later. But here we got this going. Let's see what we got here. Racing, let's see how it looks. It does take a minute to load sometimes, by the way, so just give it some time. And should be, there you go, that's pretty good, that's not bad. And let me go ahead and do a little more erasing, like here. Not sure how that came through. And let's see here, we got this. Let's go here as well and hit erase, and let's see what happens there. All right, and that's pretty good. So I've also had a lot of requests of people asking me in the past few weeks to do a course with Leonardo AI and mixing it with a lot of the different print on demand companies. And I think I will do that. I'm actually going to release it very soon. I have a lot of recordings on it. But anyways, regardless, here is the image that I like. I like where it's at right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to upscale it. So right now it's sitting at 2352 by 3104. If I upscale it 4 times, I don't know what it's going to be, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. That's probably a lot of processing power on my computer right now because I am recording. I'm doing the upscale. I'm doing all that. But once it's upscaled, it will go into my upscale section. I think I really like the way it came out. And if you guys are using the software, I mean, you could use this video as a lesson. I definitely want to add text to this, but I don't know how good it's going to be. That's the problem. Because if I add the word "a hero's journey," once again, I'm not sure how it's going to look. I don't want to take away from the image, but I don't also want to make the image smaller. Because if I have to fit text, and I'll just show you guys, if I have to fit text in the image, and here is my browser, like if I have to add text in the image, it's going to be smaller, but I want the image to be bigger. I want it to cover a lot of the canvas. So I don't know. It's still loading. I'll give it some time, but oh, it's finished. All right, so let's go ahead and download this. And what size is it now? Okay, it's really big now. So it's 9,408 pixels by 12,416. So that's big. All right, let's go ahead and go to disk and let's save this. So let's just give it a second here. This is a very large image, and I'll just label it any random text. By the way, for anybody who's using Fantasy Labs, you guys can use the images how you like. I really don't care. If you want to take the whole entire image and slap it on your design with absolutely no editing, doesn't matter to me. It's up to you how you want to use it. It's your subscription. You do what you want with it. All right. So let's go ahead and upload our design. I believe, let's see here, it's uploaded. It's still loading. All right, so we'll give it some time. But you guys are seeing, like I said, some behind the scenes kind of stuff. I think this looks good, this design here. I'm not sure. I feel like it looks a little plain. I feel like I could add stuff. A lot of the times when I'm working with these style designs, I'll add like paint splatter to make it look a little bit better. But then again, I'm not a professional. I want to be a professional. I want to get better for sure. And I'll be honest, a lot of the courses are just whack. I'm going to keep it real. Like I've tried to buy as many courses as I can. They're all like beginners, like kind of stuff that I could do better than. So I'm trying to, if you guys know of some sort of course or something where I could learn how to get better at design. I know I'm not the best. I know I'm not even good at it yet. So I want to get better. Like this is good, but it's not good enough. So please let me know if you guys know. But I'm trying to get better all the time. But let's see here. Did it load? I think it did. So let's go ahead and see the export. It should be right here. Let's go ahead and upload it. And And each image must be less than 25. Oh my god, so it's bigger. All right, so let's go ahead and take this then, and let's go into, let's see if we can get it as a JPEG. So go over here, and does it say the megabytes? I thought it was only 10. I don't know. Anyways, let's go over here, and let's give it another random text here, and let's go into JPEG format, and let's hit save. Let's see how fast it will export. Hopefully it exports properly at this point. But yeah, I want to get better. Like I said, I know I've said that a few times here, but yeah, if you guys know any tips, anything, let me know. I'm not really down to use Adobe. I feel like it's just a waste, to be honest. You got so many other platforms that are so much easier. And I'll just be 100% honest with you guys. I don't want to download any more software on my computer. I feel like it has enough to carry. It's a lot. So let's go ahead and go here. And it's still greater. Wow, how is it bigger? How big is this? Let's see here. So yeah, by the way, you can see here's the before and the after. Just like that. Which I think this is better. I think this is better for a t-shirt. I think this is better for a poster. I think it's better in all cases, excuse me. And let's see what the size is here. So the size of 41 megabytes. Wow, that's a lot. Let's go ahead and decrease this just slightly, and we'll make it like, let's make it 6,000 pixels. All right, 6,000 pixels. By the way, guys, if you like these type of videos, like I said, where I talk to the camera, just about behind the scenes kind of stuff, let me know. I assume some people are not going to like it, but you guys get like an inside of what's going on in my head 9 times out of 10. So just talk about what's going on. But let's get rid of everything here. Let's get rid of everything here. And let's set this as a white background. And let's go ahead and remove the background here. And by the way, if it's a situation like this, Canva can do a good job removing the background for any kind of photo. All right, so keep that in mind. I do like to use Canva. I also use GIMP, by the way. So if you're familiar with GIMP, it's spelled GIMP. You can use it. It's really good. This did decent. I would probably erase some of this, like on the bottom. Probably erase like right here, right here. This is pretty decent. I could go in and erase like the fine-tuned details here, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna leave that the way it is and hit done. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is go with a black background, just like this. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if I add text right to the back of it, it will hopefully look somewhat decent. So if I go over here to like text, for example, and add text, let's see, what did I just do here? There we go. All right, here, and then here, okay. And let's just say I type in like a hero's journey or hero's journey. Like, watch this, guys. First of all, let's go here, and I type in hero's journey. A hero's journey. Let's go to image. Yeah, let me type in poster. Yeah, I don't even know. A hero's journey. Let's see what this is. I don't know what that is. Does anybody know what this is? Shout out to them, but I don't know what that is. Let's see. Hero's journey wall art. Let's say that. These are cool, but I don't. This stuff is pretty cool. Pretty cool, but nothing related to what I'm doing. So I feel like even for a keyword like that, I feel like I would win from a sales standpoint with a design like this. But anyways, I like to, let's see, a hero's, add some text like this, a hero's, and then journey. Okay, and then add here the R. And then let's see here some different text or fonts. No, I don't want something to be like childish, like this kind of like bubbly. I want it to be a little more serious, a little more aggressive. That doesn't look good. Let's go with the banger font. And let's actually multiply this like times 5. And then here we'll have like an S. And then here, let's multiply this a few times over and separate some of the text. So here, here, and then this one, copy this, and just take out the A, or leave the A rather, and put it something like here. Here's the A. And I do like this image a lot, so I might want to even make it bigger and just move it upwards, and take this A and decrease the size like that. Maybe even decrease it a little more, something like this. And then we'll match it like with a purplish style color. Something like, let's see here. This is, let's say something like this. All right. And then what I'll do is I want to lock this to center. So first of all, I'll go ahead and right click, go to layer, or actually let's go with the middle here. That's good. And there we go. That's what I'm looking for. And then we have all, oh my God, I selected the wrong thing. All right. So let me go ahead and lock this first of all. Let's go ahead and lock. Let me unlock that again. Let me lock into position only. We'll do that. And then here, I'll take this, the H, move this A little bit downward, move the H, increase the size of this, the H, and decrease this part of it. Okay. And here, a heroes, take out the, let me give it the E, a hero's journey, right? I don't want it to be white either, so I might as well work on the color right now. And we can match this dark purple. It's not my favorite, but let's see what we're going with here. And have this E. I'm trying to kind of like match something in my head, like an idea that I have in my head. So here, I'll go with this E. This E will start to be placed on the back of this image. So it will be something like this. So I'll go into position, send this to the back, kind of like that. And then what we'll do is we'll switch up the color. So we'll go with the same purple. And just for here, actually, let's see how it looks if I go like this. So let me take this and add here a hero's journey, just like that, and send this to the back. So let's go position to the back. Why is this going to the back? Let's see. Let me position unlock this. Here. I see it. Remove the background. It didn't remove the background. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. So we'll go over here, delete this, and then edit image, background remover. Let's see. Okay, that's good. I think that's good overall. And once ago, we'll go with the erase, and I'll erase some of this stuff here. And the reason why I'm doing that, like I said, is because when I give it a black background, like the whole canvas, let's decrease the size of that, kind of like this, take this and kind of make it like that. Here I want to click this background and I want it to be black. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this font that I have here and bring this forward, just like this. Yeah. And then so I have here a hero's journey, but the word heroes, it just doesn't look right. A hero's journey. A hero's journey. Let's see. Let me go to incognito tab and type in a hero's journey. Let's see. Need the apostrophe S first of all. And let's see. Okay, be able to. And let's see what we can do here. So what I could do, and this is a little tactic, I'll probably have to make a separate video on this, but I do like to do outlines like this. And we'll go with the full word. And I'll get rid of the other H. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. This is why you guys see now, I need to take a course on design. I need to get better. But, like professional level design, I'm good, I would say overall. I feel like to be able to make something like this overall, you have to be decently good. But like I said, I want to get better. So all right, so a hero's journey, and then I'll take this and paste it. And then what I'll do is remove my effect, go into my regular, and go into my neon, and then position backwards. Which it's okay, it looks okay, but it's not where I want to be. Get rid of this. Maybe even increase the size of this dramatically. But now I would have to say, where am I going to place the word journey? If that's the case, this might have given myself not enough runway. And I'm going to have to go into position here, or effects rather, and maybe even bring this like this. But where was it here? The curve. Work on my line spacing, letter spacing, excuse me. Just like this. Delete this. And then duplicate it. Effects, change my effect. Go into one of these and then position back. Which could work depending on the situation, I feel. And then place this here. And then the word journey is not going to work. It's too small. So I have to decrease the size of this. Increase the size here. Remove this upward. And still too big. So I'm going to highlight this, decrease this, move this all the way to the top, just like that. And I'm probably going to go over here and add some grunge. So add some grunge just like this. Take this, have it look a little more epic, kind of like that, which does have an effect on the wolf. I like to have it more right here, just like that. And the good thing about it is not as visible, right? Maybe even turn it sideways. And zoom out here. And then what I'll do is take this, my first version, and then drag this here. And then what I'll do is decrease the transparency, something like that. And I think it does look better on the wolf. I don't know how, if I fully want to do it like that, but it's not bad. And then what I'll do here is I'll make this a little bit larger, maybe even switch up the font to a nose. And I have so many fonts, it's kind of insane. Let's go with Mighty Regular. I actually like this font better. I think it looks much cleaner. And go with something like this. Increase this, move this upward, kind of like right here. Then grab this, move this upward like that. Take this here and go with, let's see. So maybe the purple won't work for up there, but we have this orange. I could take this. Let's see how the effect is on neon. Decrease the neon. You know what I like to do too is I actually like to take a look at Displate. Displate has a lot of good art on there. And let's see what they got here. All kinds of stuff. You got some different animations here. You know what? I actually have a good idea. So I'll take this. I'll angle this way. Decrease the size just slightly. Kind of like that. And then take this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Copy this over. Paste it here. A hero's journey. And then take this. Position it backwards. Like that. Maybe even switch up colors. I think if I go for something like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it would match what I'm trying to go for. Let's see. Hero's Journey. That's not bad. And then we could go to Effects. Click on this button. Click on this. Click on this. Click on this. And it doesn't look that good. I'll be honest. It doesn't look as visible. But what we can do is, let's see if the text, let's say if we position this forward. No, that doesn't look as good. This looks better. And then this, what if we position this backward as well? Not bad. If we position it like this. One thing I know for sure is that the image does not look better with this kind of grunge. We'll get rid of it. And let's see here. That's much better. That's what I was looking for. That looks good. So get rid of this. Keep this right here. Type in the word journey. And that is a little bit better than what I was looking for in the beginning. Let's go to my uploads and type in grunge on my uploads. Let's go over here, get this grunge going. And increase the size, which it might be too big, but go ahead and bring this, position it backwards, kind of like that, which is a little bit better. And then I could go and I'll search. Let me actually take a second. I'll log into Fantasy Labs and let me actually grab one of the patterns inside. So let me go ahead and pause this real quick and let me log in. All right, guys, so I just got logged in, and if you're a member, it will look kind of like this. You can request art here. You can download different packages. So let me just download a couple here, and let me see which packages we got going on here. I'm going to make a full video probably soon on showing everything for the first month, the first month's downloads. But let me open up one at a time. What package is this? This is package 12. Let's see what's in here. Nope, these are not what I'm looking for here. Let's get rid of that. And let's see what this one is. No, wait, didn't I just open this? Elements to... is that the elements package? Not sure. I have no idea what I clicked on. Let's see. I might have to double check that. Here we got a whole bunch of different stuff. I like this pattern right here. We're going to use this pattern. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this. And first of all, I don't need Luminar Neo no more. And what I'm going to do is drag and drop this here. All right. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enlarge this to the size that I want. So I'm going to go something like this. Something like this here. And what we'll do is we will remove the background. So we'll go to edit image, background remover. It should remove all the white. We'll see. Just give it a second. Let me see how long this video lasted so far. 50 minutes. Wow. That's a long time. Shout out to anybody who's still watching. And if you're still watching, I mean, let me know in the comments. Type in the word wild wolf in the comments. I'll favorite your comment if you're still watching. But anyways, let's go over here. We're gonna push this all the way to the back. I might have to actually replace the grunge because I want this behind the grunge, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it transparent all the way, kind of like this. And what I want to do is I want to add some elements. So like I have an element like this. Let's go ahead and edit image. Let's do the background remover. The flowers might not be ideal. I'll just be 100% honest. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Let's see how this works. Let's see here. Background remover. By the way, while we're waiting, we might as well open up some of these images. Let's go into our other package. Let's go to package. Actually, forget that right now. This is already good. All right, we have this. Make this here. Put this here, rather. And I'll put this, position this backward. And what if I did? Yeah, no, let's keep it like this. And we'll go into transparent kind of approach, kind of like that. Adding these little graphics all around, I think is cool. And I'll take this, I'll do the exact same. So go to transparency or background remover, edit background. That's actually really cool. I'll go ahead and angle this the same way this was. So something like this, or like this rather. Let me go ahead and angle this slightly different, kind of like that. And then what I'll do is position this back and I'll move it kind of like that. And what I will do is decrease the transparency kind of like this. Right, so it's kind of like a sword coming down. I just need to improve this section here. So let me move this over and then tilt this slightly, kind of like that, so it's connecting. And then I'll drag this here. All right, so kind of like that, just like this. So if you see, it's kind of like one sword that gets bigger and bigger. Is it perfect? I don't know. But it does look a little different. And then what we're going to do is I will have this straight in the middle. That doesn't look bad so far. I will move this upward slightly. Okay. And what I will do is look for that grunge that I just tried to add before, where it disappeared on me. And because I don't know why, I know Canva does that, where it's almost like you're replacing the background. I'm not trying to replace the background, I'm trying to add on to it. So I like this on top of the images. So you see how it's on top of the swords and everything like that. So I'll reduce my transparency, and now it will make it look a little more rustic, just a little bit more. I'm not trying to go for something crazy here. And I will actually, I have to increase the size of this first of all and move this here. And if anything, I think I actually have to redo it. So I have to re-add that. So you guys see, this is the normal process. When you add images, delete, whatever, it has to be done properly. Let me go ahead and go into restore. Let me go ahead and hit erase. Just go with curve here. And scroll down. Scroll to the left. There we go. Make this smaller. That looks pretty good. And hit done. All right, now it's a matter of getting it bigger, which I hope it doesn't put the background on me again. But let's see here. Just like this. And move this to the back, or front rather, and then increase the size of this. Move this upward. Let's go with position forward. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll have some, I have to add my logo first of all. So let's go ahead and add the logo here. And I think I could add it. I do like adding it here. I could add it maybe like this, I think, which is not bad. Or I could add it here. I'll add my logo right here. And we could add some other elements. So let's go ahead and add now the other elements. I like a few of these, not here. We have package 11, elements 2. Yeah, elements 2 are really cool for like, I don't know, all kinds of different stuff. T-shirts, graphics of some sort. We have, let's see what's in package solo design number 9. We got a lot of stuff here. All right, let's see. This is actually pretty cool. We got 2 crowns here. Let's take that. Let's add it in. We have a raven here. I think the raven looks pretty wild. I could add all kinds of different elements. What would be interesting is if I added a crown like this on the wolf. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me see if that could even work. And like I said, I'm trying to add some create some crazy stuff. Let's see what we got going on. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and hit restore here. I'll go ahead and add some of this. Add some color to this, like that. Increase my brush size. And let me get on this here. And what I'm doing is just outlining here around the star. And let me keep adding some right here. Let me increase the size of this. And we should be... Yeah, that's not ideal. Let's go ahead and let's see if we could... Yeah, I'm not going to add that. Maybe this would look better. I think this would look better. Let's see. What we can do, actually, let me get rid of this first of all. Let me go to Luminar Neo. And just bear with me, guys, here. But trying to make this thing perfect here. And we could add some paint splatter. And go for something like this. Purple. Decrease the size. Add something here like this and make this purple, or maybe some sort of yeah, I actually like that color. And we'll go ahead and make this somewhat transparent, make this somewhat transparent here. All right, so let's see what we're adding here. So I could take a look at all the different graphics I have. Let's go to all photos. maybe see if I can add different elements or something like that. And I'm not really sure if I can. I think I like this. Let's go ahead and take this and I'll export this. I'm not even sure if I have this exported, but we'll just label this any random text. After that's exported, we'll go over here, which this is just like a collage of different things, but this, I mean, I don't know if I like this, but we'll see how it works. I could probably make all kinds of different art here, and I'm going to take this and let's see here. This is package number 9. Let me go to my downloads and add these two things here, and I'll add this. Let's go to edit image, remove background. And let's just give it a second. That looks pretty cool. I feel like that would be good on a t-shirt, but let's see here. Kind of like this, or yeah, something like that. Maybe here even, or here. That's cool. And I'll hit apply, position to the back, and make it a little bit transparent. So something like this. And then what I'll do is I'll go for this eye here, and I will go for a background remover once again. And I think like these cool graphics on the side do amplify the design. I can take this, hit apply, decrease the size, add this here, or here rather, and then backwards. And you can see here how this will look, which is, you know, pretty cool, I would say. Kind of like that. And then what we could do is, I do want to add some of the skulls. I have a whole bunch of different stuff here, and let me actually see if I could add this somehow, some way. And you could see this is like just a combo of different stuff, and you'd be surprised some people would like it. I think it just looks different, you know, at the end of the day. And let me go ahead and make this a little more transparent, kind of like that. Maybe I even need to make it smaller, or more transparent rather. And yeah, I can't really select it. It's, let me see. There we go. All right. Here. Push it this way. Make it smaller. Yeah. And then what I'll do is move it to the right hand side, kind of like this. Keep this in the middle. And then select here and make this transparent, kind of like that. I think that'll be pretty cool. And then what I'll do is, let me actually increase the size, kind of like this. I think that's all right, doing that. And then I'll copy this element of the butterfly and make another one right there. I think overall that, you know, these things add more character. Not sure if it's 100% ideal to do this, but it's an option. I can also, I think I have, let me see, like package 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me see those packages. This is package 2, 3, 4. Where's package 5? I think package 5. Let's just give it a second to load. This is package 2. Let's see package 2. Let's see what's in here. Got a whole bunch of different stuff. We got a wolf. I actually like that wolf. We have a white tiger here. This is pretty cool. I like this. I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna add this into the canvas here. Let's go into here. Let's add this. Let's go ahead and remove the background. So edit here, background remover. This might be one of my last things that I add. and I just want to test one thing. If I take this and I make it glow, so let's actually go here with the glow, and let me see what this is. Take this, change the color maybe. Let's go with something like that. If I take this and then move it backwards, so position, back, you can see here it now creates a glow, which is different for sure. Let me go ahead and just take it in position, backward one. There we go, just like that. That makes a better design overall, I think. And then I'll take this here, and then move this here, move this here, move this to the back, just like that, which is interesting as to why it's like halfway dark. I could take this position backwards. Let me see, just like this. Let me go ahead and change the transparency, and I think that's cooler. I think something like that. And yeah, it could, like I said, it could be better. I could actually take this and place it, you know, here. I do like the glow effect, so I'm going to do the same thing here with this right here. And let me just copy that and then select the font color or the effect, go into the glow, just like that, and then go into my position and move it back. There we go. So that looks good. And then I'll actually might as well just take this here and move this here. Maybe I'll even, let me move that. Still trying to find a spot for him, but hey, it is what it is. There's a lot going on here. And I'll select it. I do want to select it. There we go. Yeah, I think that overall is decent. Could be better, but not too bad. And I could always sit here and add different elements and things and make it look all crazy, but let's just see if there's anything else we can add in these packages for this. So we have the eye here, we have this, the pyramids. I do have interest in adding these pyramids though, like something like right here. I think that would be pretty cool. If I go here and just put it like somewhere right there, we can go into the background remover. I do think the eye is pretty cool though. Like this eye right here is pretty insane to see. Yeah, that's good. Those pyramids are good. I'll take this and position it backwards, kind of like that, and then put a transparency layer on it. And I think that looks pretty cool. All right. I think I can move this. I can make this eye stand out just slightly by moving it this way. And overall, I think this fits. I think it fits really well, actually. And I could take this and put it back where it once was. And overall, this would be a cool poster to order, I feel. Let me go ahead and move this forward. Yeah, I think that's good overall. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Adding a bunch of different elements. I could even make my logo bigger, which I like to do. And yeah, you guys let me know what you think of the poster. I think overall it looks pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching, for enjoying the video. And I will talk to you in a new one. If you want me to do more of these videos, these design style videos, and create an epic poster like this, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. See you soon. Peace out. Bye. All right.